What's up guys, I go by Infamous Beats, and today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should be uploading your beats to streaming platforms. Let's get into it. So for a quick overview of this video, we're going to be going over the pros of uploading your beats to streaming platforms, the cons, some of my personal experiences and my opinion, and then an industry secret that can make you guys some money, so stick around for that. So first we're going to start with the pros, and I think there's one obvious one. You're going to make some royalty money that you wouldn't make otherwise once you start uploading your beats to streaming platforms. If you start to upload your beats to streaming platforms, you could put that link in your YouTube video and people who like your beat could start streaming it on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. And if they follow you, then they'll start to get notifications of once you drop new beats on their streaming platform. So it's a win-win. Another pro about posting your beats onto streaming platforms is you can start to make playlists of certain types of beats. Let's say you make West Coast beats and R&B beats. You can start putting a playlist together of your West Coast beats, and then once an artist asks to hear some beats that they might want to hop on, you can just send them that playlist and they can stream directly to their phone some of your beats. And it's just a lot easier way to have artists go through your beats and also categorize those beats. And another pro to uploading your beats to streaming platforms is you are opening your beats to an entirely new market. So right now, if you're not uploading to streaming platforms, the only one really listening to your beats are artists who want to potentially hop on that beat when they search a type beat on YouTube. But once you start uploading to streaming platforms, people who just like the music and want to listen to your music in their free time will start to listen to your beats on streaming platforms. So this opens the door to a whole new database of people who might just want to listen to your music. So now let's go over some of the cons for uploading your beats to streaming platforms. So one con is just the negative stigma that some artists might have about a beat that they want to buy being already on streaming platforms. This shouldn't be too big of a deal for artists trying to lease your beat, because they're already anticipating other artists buying that beat since they've only bought a lease and putting it out themselves on streaming platforms. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal for artists trying to lease a beat. However, I have come across certain artists who just want that exclusive rights to the beat. They don't want the beat to have ever seen the light of day, and they want it to be completely theirs. And I totally understand this. So what I do for my beats that are up on streaming platforms that an artist wants exclusively, if they buy the exclusive rights, I take it down from all streaming platforms. And in my experience, I have yet to come across an artist who wants to buy a beat but won't buy it because it's already on streaming platforms. So this shouldn't be too big of a deal, but do keep in mind some artists might have some negative stigma around this, so keep that in mind when you're deciding whether or not you want to upload your beats to streaming platforms. Another con is that you're adding more work to your regular workflow of uploading beats. So whereas before you might have just uploaded to YouTube, you're now going to be uploading to a distributor like DistroKid or TuneCore to make sure your music gets put out on streaming platforms. And along with uploading to streaming platforms, you're also going to want to create cover art. So a little bit more work there on the front end to get everything out on streaming platforms. And one last little piece to add to the workflow, if you do want to collect every single royalty once your beats are being streamed, I'd recommend registering with a PRO, which could be BMI or ASCAP for the US. And also I'd look into Songtrust and Sound Exchange just to make sure you're getting every single royalty that you're owed. So for me personally, once I started uploading my beats to streaming platforms, those extra things may be added, 10 to 15 minutes of extra work time in my daily workflow. Okay, and for the last con, we're going to kind of tie back into the first con of the negative stigma. Working with any big artists on record labels, even smaller labels, they are going to want that beat to be completely exclusive to them. I've yet to come across this, but I also work with a lot of smaller independent artists, but I know labels can be pretty tricky in terms of the rights that they want to your beat, so they want to make sure it's completely exclusive to them. So this could be closing the door for working with artists like that. However, if you're already uploading your beats to YouTube, some major labels already see stigma around that, so you may not be targeting major artists already by uploading your beats to YouTube. So those are some of the pros and cons that you can just go through yourself and decide for your business what makes sense and whether or not some of those cons are too much for you or the pros outweigh the cons. That's up for you to decide. So now we'll kind of go through my personal experience with uploading beats to streaming platforms and how I feel about it. So I started uploading my beats to streaming platforms about a year and a half ago, and I am so glad I did it. As I mentioned earlier in this video, uploading my beats to streaming platforms has not affected my business model at all. I have yet to have a single artist say, I wanted to buy this beat, but I'm not going to because I see that it's up on streaming platforms. So to me, adding my beats to streaming platforms has only been a benefit. So in that year and a half that I've been uploading my beats to streaming platforms, I've made about $500 in royalties for streaming. Now keep in mind, this isn't a lot of money over a year and a half, but this is money that I wouldn't have had otherwise and has come completely from streaming. I'm not promoting it, doing anything at all. So it's just extra money in my pocket. The only way I have promoted my beats on streaming platforms is just simply by putting the link for the beat to stream in the YouTube description when I upload a YouTube beat. Another cool little thing that happened once I started uploading my beats to streaming platforms is I did have a beat go viral on Instagram. The beat is called Cater to You, and it samples a Destiny's Child song. That beat had over 7,000 reels made with the music in the background, and also went up to number 15 on trending. And I mentioned earlier in the video that I have a little industry secret, and here's that secret. If you name your beat things that people are likely to search when looking for audio on their Instagram or TikTok video, they're gonna likely use your sound for their video. And if you don't know, Instagram and TikTok pay out to your distributor if your song is used on a reel or a TikTok video. So let's say you name your beat something like Easter. Easter's gonna come along, people are gonna create videos, reels, and then they're gonna search Easter in the audio because that's the first thing that comes to their mind. Your beat's gonna be one of the first ones that pop up. They're gonna click on it, listen to it, and if they like the sound, they're gonna attach that to their video, and every time that gets streamed on Instagram or TikTok, you're gonna get money in your distributor account. So personally, in my experience, I think it's definitely a benefit to my business to upload all of my beats to streaming platforms. I haven't really seen the effects of any of the cons I went over, and the pros I've definitely seen, but my business model might be set up differently from yours. So really take into account kind of the information I laid out in this video and make a decision for yourself. So if you guys did like this video, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Producer Nook is my new channel. I'm going to be sharing informational videos like this just to help producers get some knowledge on things they might not know. You can also check out the website producernook.com where free loops are uploaded daily, and I highly recommend you guys check that out because there's some pretty cool stuff on there. But I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you have a great day.